My name is Katrine Fredriksson, and the company here is Easy Marketing. We are located in Northeast Florida. Been in business since 2001. Work with lots with web design, social media. Here is my crew. You have Jessica, our social media guru. We have Elizabeth, who's working with Constant Contact, where I'm an authorized local expert and give speeches and presentations around the Jacksonville area, and now, as of today, on the webinar. And here comes Tabitha, that is our intern for the summer. We're going to jump right into a live session where we're going to go in and see how to add images to to your email. So I'm going to open up and move over my. So we are right in Constant Contact right now. I'm going to. You all see me? Bye-bye. I'm going to turn off my share screen so you can have yes, the full screen of what you can see. If you have a Constant Contact account that's been used for a couple of years, you might have a different version, so this page might look a little bit different, but as soon as we go in, it's going to look the same for everyone. And as always, when we are creating any emails, we have once created a template with our logo, and we don't do copy on copy on copy of old newsletters or announcements. We go back to the template we created once, and then we make a copy of that, so we don't have a lot of old code sitting in it. And for today's presentation, we are going to start by adding an image to an email. And next, we're going to see how to add a video to an email. After that, we're going to take a deeper look into how do you upload images to the library at Constant Contact. We're going to preview the email and see what it looks like with and without your email browser showing the images. We're going to show how to enter an image description and make an image clickable. And in the very end, we're going to take questions. And you should have an interface where you can ask questions, so please plug them in. And Jessica and Tabitha is here to help me. And in the end, we will try to answer all your questions. So we're going to go back to our live version. Here. There we are. So here I have a regular email. You can see I have the header. I have set a logo. I have the content, and we want to import an image into this. So I hover over and click on the pen, and as soon as I do, you can see that in the left edge here, the menu is changing, and right now we're going to enter an image. So I am clicking on image, and this box comes up. You might have seen this before, and here are the images that we have uploaded to Constant Contact. When it comes to emails sending out from Constant Contact, when you add an image, it's not attached to the email. It's actually stored on Constant Contact's server. That's why you can have a lot of photos and videos in your emails, and they are still very small files. But that means you need to upload them. When you want to enter one, there are actually different ways to see them. Right now we have the grid view, but you also have this view where we can add an image. So if we want to add the nice flowers we have right here, that's where we can click on it, and we say on insert, and now we have inserted our images. So that's how easy it is to insert images. If you want to make a change of the size, you have two options. You either just click in the lower right corner, and you can see how you can drag and make the image larger or smaller. And make sure that you always click in the lower in one of the corners, because otherwise you will disturb the proportions of the image. You never want to click here. You always want to click in one of the corners. You also have the option in the upper right corner. You have this little gearbox, and if you click on change, you can go in here and you can change the size, and if you know exactly how big you want it, you can go in and say, I want this 350 pixels. You also have the options to do an alignment, and if you want this aligned to the right or the left of the text, that's how you set that up. But I want to caution you, if you're going to do alignment, make sure that the image is covering, I would say, only a third of the size. You don't want to have the image too big with tiny little size on the left, because that might look really strange. You're much better off to have a smaller image if you want it right or left aligned. So that's how easy it is to import an image. And actually, it is as easy to import a video. I went out and looked for some videos yesterday, and I found this little video on how to build a house. Find this video. So this is how you would do. The video will be located somewhere else, usually on YouTube. And this is a little video that comes. And if this is the video you want to include, you would highlight it up on the top. That's the URL. You will right-click and you will copy. So we are copying the URL for this video. And now we go back to our image, to our email. And in here, wherever you want to include your video, we mark, we put our cursor, and to the left we have video link. We click on video link, and now we right-click and we say paste, and we say create image. And we can insert it. And here you can decide how big it's going to show up on in your email, and you can also change the title for it. This title is coming from YouTube, and you can see how that shows up on your email right here. I kind of like to have titles maybe a little bit smaller, and I like to make them cursive so they are a bit different from the rest of the text. With a few clicks, I have now included a video. Let's take a look at it, because we have the preview mode, and here we have the image we included, and here we have the video. And when someone opens your email and click, a new tab will open up and the video will start in YouTube for them. Okay, so this was kind of easy because these images we did already have in our library. But what if you have an image that you have never used before and you have on your hard drive? We will go in, place the cursor where you want the image to show up, and we are going to click on plus to import the image, but it's not here anywhere, so we need to upload the file. So we click on upload the file, and now we have two options. I kind of like to just drag and drop. So I have open up my files. So here I have a couple of images that I have found, and I can take an image, I can drag and drop, and then I upload the file. So right now the file is uploaded to Constant Contact server. So as long as it's there, it's always going to show up in an email. And we click on Done. We choose the image, and this was a really big image, so we're going to make it smaller. And we're going to say Insert. And we now have our image in our email. Constant Contact, with your paid subscription, you actually have access to a lot of really cool images. And we're going to take and use one of those. We click on plus, and we used upload file before, but we can also use stock gallery. And there are two parts of the stock gallery. If I put in the word house here, we're going to soon see what houses they have. And they have lots and lots of houses. There are two sections. There are the pro images that has a little bit of a cost to them, about $8, which I tell you, if you go out and try to purchase an image, it's much more expensive. But they also have free images. So here you can pick out of, they have 116 free images of houses. So when we pick one of those images, we now need to put that in Constant Contact's folder under our account. So I click on free, and then I have to agree to their agreement where it says that, yes, I promise to use this, and I can only use that in connection with Constant Contact's products. That means that the image you're using here, you cannot use on your website. You cannot start to use it in printed material. It's just used in your emails. So I am done, and this image has now been moved to my images on my account in Constant Contact. And with that, it's going to be there, and I can insert it, and now I have the image in my email again. So again, it's important to know that the images you're using, they are hosted at Constant Contact. You can always go into your library and take a look at the images you have. But it's important to know that if you go in here, close this, and take a look at the image you have, and if you decide to delete any of the images you have uploaded here, any email in the past that you referred to one of those emails, those images, the photo is not going to show if you have deleted it out of here. If you have plenty of room, you have 2 gigabytes of room here, so there should be no need for the images to disappear. There is actually a third way to import images. And let me go back to the email we worked on. And we're going to go up, and now we're going to edit this, because that's the one we worked on. And I just want to point out, I'm not going to go into details how to do it, but when you go in to import an image, you actually have a, you can upload your files, and there is, you can also actually use image URL. An image URL is when you take the image from a website. So if you have your own website, let's say this is our website, you can go in and services. If I want to use this image, and of course I can use it because it's mine. You're not allowed to go and take random pictures from others' websites. You have to have your own images. I can right-click here, and I can say copy image location. And then I can go back into Constant Contact, and I can paste in that link and preview. So instead of the email pointing to the image directory on Constant Contact, it's now pointing to that image on that website. But it's very important that there are your images and that you have control over those images. If you're working in a bigger organization where you have a webmaster and they might change out images, and as soon as they delete those images from the server or move them into other folder on the website, they are not going to be seen in your email. So you need to really know what you're doing. But that's a third way to import your images. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take and preview what we created. Can't say that this is very pretty, but let's remove this image up here. where I can delete it. Okay, save it. You always want to preview your email before you send it out. This little preview here is going to show what it looks for most people when they open it up. You're going to have your subject line, your header, and your images. So make sure it looks good. But I also want you to make sure that you send a copy to yourself. By going and adding an email, you can have up to 5 email addresses here. So if I say jessica@easymarketing.com, and then I'm putting a personal note on here, I say proof 1. So by clicking send test, an email goes to me and an email goes to Jessica with a proof of this one. And we are going to open that up on our computer, but also on our smartphones. Over 60% of all emails today are open on smartphones. So you need to make sure that it looks good on your smartphone as well. But this is what it looks like. And it looks okay. But the thing is, not everyone can view images directly. A lot of people have that function turned on because it's kind of slower for them to open up images. And we need to make sure we know what it looks like when someone opens it up and don't have view images turned on. And we click on without images here. And this is what's going to show up. Okay? Not much, just big boxes. Or maybe the name of the file here. So that's something we want to make sure that we go in and enter an image description. So let's quickly go in and show you how to do this. You will go in to the gearbox and you click on change. And you're going to see that we have image description here. And then for this one, I will say we make mobile websites, because that's what we do. And I can also actually make the image a link to something. And in this case, I would probably make a link to my own website. So I will highlight the domain name, the URL, right-click, and say copy. Okay. And then I will paste that into make a clickable link. So if we go in and save this now and go on preview, and we preview this without images, you can see that we still don't see the image, but it actually says we make mobile websites, and you can click on it. If you click on it, it goes to our website. Yes, so I think we have covered everything we were supposed to do in 20 minutes. I'm going to pull up our slideshow again. If you have any questions, please let us know. With your paid subscription, Constant Contact has free 24/7 support. And you can always call us here at Easy Marketing. We will be happy to help you. The next time we're going to have a session is going to be June 3rd. That's the first Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And we're going to talk about mobile responsive email templates. In a few days, we will have registration sent up, and we will send you an email and a link. I also do local workshops here in Northeast Florida. And here is a list of the workshops. You can also find them on our website, easymarketing.com. The next one is on June 9th, and Send Better Emails. It's a step-by-step demonstration. What I have done for 20 minutes regarding images right now, I'm going to do for 2 hours and cover everything when it comes to emails. You're more than welcome to come to this awesome place. It's called Classroom Technology Solutions in Jacksonville, where we're going to hold that workshop. If you are in this webinar today and don't have your own Constant Contact account, I highly encourage you to give it a try. We will send you a thank you note after this workshop, and it will have a link to set up a free trial or a paid subscription. With your paid subscription that starts at $20 a month, if you sign up today, I'm going to offer you what we call the free website match. We are going to help you create a template that is matching your website with your logo and your colors. But you have to sign up today, and you have a 30-day money-back guarantee from that. And I also want to help you upload your first contact list and help you send out your first email, and that's worth a lot of money if we would have paid for that. If you are using Constant Contact right now, you're welcome to become what we call the Easy Marketing VIP Partner Program. Let us know, and we will you will get a 30-minute free phone consultation where we will take a look at your current emails and answer all the questions. Again, it's coming in the follow-up if you want to find more. Thank you very much. And do we have any questions today? I don't see any questions. So I'm turning on the video again and say thank you very much for joining us this morning. I hope you enjoyed the webinar, and please give us a call. Thank you.